Next, tragedy strikes, accidents happen. Be there when the calls come in. It's back-to-back episodes of Rescue 911. Next on Discovery Health Channel.
This is 911. Do you have an emergency?
Today on Rescue 911. Safe in her own backyard.
Yes, my daughter just got kidnapped.
A bold abduction
They've never found one of the victims alive.
leads cops down a dangerous road.
Guys like this, you don't know what they're capable of.
One.
It's often only through the caring and commitment of strangers that we can survive the unthinkable. I'm William Shatner. Tonight, true stories of heroes who give us hope on Rescue 911. We begin on Sunday, December 15th, 1991, in the small town of Vista, California, where Richard Hageman was at home in his apartment looking after his two young daughters.
Put the envelope in your pocket.
Can I go outside and play? Yeah. Can you go outside and play?
Oh, sure, but stay right out back where I can keep an eye on you.
I said, that's fine. You can go out back and play. I thought nothing of it. I usually check on the children every 5-10 minutes.
We all fall down.
Hey, girls.
What?
Come here, girls. Come on. What you doing? Playing, huh? You having fun? You're not gonna believe this, but you know what I found? All this money. Look at all that money. You know what? There's 10 times as much as this back here, but I'm having trouble counting it. Do you want to come back here and help me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was hoping.
This man, he was looking for money by our house.
Look at all this money I found.
He showed money to Shannon, my sister.
Bumper here. I found some along the fence. Let's take a look. Look at all that money right there. Don't worry, I'll be back for you in a minute.
He'll come back for me and take me for ice cream.
Ice cream.
I was on my way out back to check on the children. Rachel came running up to me, "Daddy, Daddy, somebody just took Shannon." I immediately ran with her into the carport. My daughter pointed to a green sedan.
When we continue,
I was scared to death. I've been reading in the paper about all the different kidnappings in the area. They have never found one of the victims alive.
follow unsung heroes saving lives and witness courage and compassion in action.
Okay, I'll be in the back. I'm gonna be in the back of the ambulance waiting for you.
Paramedics, next on Discovery Health Channel.
When 6-year-old Shannon was abducted by a man from in front of her apartment, her father, Richard, got a glimpse of the car as it sped away and ran inside to call for help.
Sure, 911 emergency.
Yes, my daughter just got kidnapped at my apartment complex.
Okay, did you see who took her?
It was a little green lowrider.
Which way did they go?
I ran out the front.
I was scared to death.
On air.
I've been reading in the paper recently about all the different kidnappings in the area. They have never found one of the victims alive.
And the people that were in the car?
My other daughter said it was a guy Oh, it was a white, black, Mexican what? There's a white male with something in his hair, she said.
Wait a second, I'm gonna get the thing started. How old's your daughter?
6 years old.
Don Bronson had only been a San Diego County Sheriff's dispatcher for a year.
Whenever you get a call like this, you want to get the initial information to the radio, because the thing you would see would be the car first.
31 Paul 2, a unit to cover, possible 207.
The report of the abduction was relayed to units throughout the area.
I need a little description of what your daughter was wearing, okay?
A sweater top with a hood, white with brown trim on it.
I was very fearful for her life, so I tried to keep as calm as I could and be as accurate as I could.
No description on the guy other than he had a thing in his hair?
That's all my daughter said. I was just walking out to check, and she said they just took her and offered her ice cream.
Could you ask, how old's the other daughter?
She just turned 5.
Oh, boy. If we have any more questions, we'll be calling you back at this number,
All right,
okay?
thank you.
All right, sir.
I wanted Shannon back because I missed her.
You're going to the last direction of travel?
Towards Palomar NSD from Bonaire Road.
One of the detectives assigned to the case was Ed Pollack.
They put out a Code 5, which is a call to all the units to start stakeouts surrounding the crime scene. In this case, they're looking for that lime green car.
Also among those searching for the missing girl was Deputy Nelson Prosper.
When the supervisor said to take up a Code 5 position, each unit made up their own mind on where they want to go. I tried to put myself into his shoes. If I wanted to get away, which way would I go? So I said, I'm going to take the Bonsall Bridge, hoping that this guy would take her to a rural area where no one's around.
What's your daughter's name?
Shannon.
Words really can't describe the feeling you have when you lose someone.
It was a white top.
This was extremely difficult for me because I have lost a son before. My house burned down in Pennsylvania and my son died. And I thought I was losing a second. I was losing a daughter.
I've got Escondido and Barbara units staging on freeways. Vehicle was last seen actually on Bonaire and possibly en route to Palomar.
As I'm sitting there looking at the intersection, I could see a lime green car coming eastbound on East Vista Way. They said it was lime green. This thing was lime green. My blood is pumping, the adrenaline is pumping. I'm thinking, this has gotta be it. As I got closer, I could see the head of a child. I couldn't tell whether it was a boy or girl at that point. Be making a left on Holly Lane, California plate 526 George Boy unit. Guys like this, you don't know what they're capable of. That includes killing the cop, killing the kid, whatever it takes to get away. I decided at this point I gotta stop him here. I don't want him to go any further.
B141, I have a possible suspect vehicle stopped. 4000 block of Cary Lane, past the Bonsall Bridge. Is there a name on the victim?
Affirmative. Shannon.
10-4. Send me some cover.
I could see him looking in the rearview mirror, looking in his side view mirror. I could sense that he was real nervous.
Is this your car?
Yes, officer, it is.
What's your relationship to the child there?
She's a friend of mine.
He couldn't come up with an answer right away. When he said, it's just a friend, I knew that right then and there, this is the guy, this is the girl.
Is something wrong?
Just step out of the car for me.
I could see the little girl. She's starting to cry.
I need you to go to the front of my car. Stay right there, sweetheart. Right to the front of the car.
If this guy wants to not go along with the program, I'm gonna be in here for a good long fight, because he's a big boy.
All the way down. There you go. Keep your hands right there.
Till I get him handcuffed and in the back seat of my car, then I kind of feel a sigh of relief.
Daddy.
Okay, come on out here, sweetheart. Come on. Everything's okay. Come on out.
It was like I was picking up one of my own kids. I almost cried. I almost cried, telling her to calm down. Her dad was coming to pick her up. You get that big knot in your throat. It was incredible.
It is hard to describe how you can feel after getting a loved one back after a kidnapping. It's the feeling that you have your child and you're going to make sure she's safe for life.
The suspect subsequently pleaded guilty to child molestation and was sentenced to 17 years in prison. In the 10 months since the incident, the whole family has been doing all they can to deal with the painful memories of that day.
It basically has devastated the whole entire family. Shannon, Rachel, and Rich are all receiving therapy. Doesn't matter where you live or how many times you tell your child over and over again you don't talk to strangers. They're still children, and they're still susceptible to anything.
I work for San Diego County Sheriff's Department.
To help educate children, the Sheriff's Department offers a special class for area schools, hosted in part by McGruff the Crime Dog.
That's right. When you are in trouble, you scream, you yell, you run, you get help.
We encourage kids, you know, we don't want to fill them with paranoia of strangers, because certainly not every person walking down the street is out to do them harm.
A lot of adults can trick people into doing things they don't really mean to do.
But if you're scared or you feel something wrong, run and tell a trusted adult.
If the stranger wants you to go with him, don't go.
The police did an excellent job in this. For Officer Prosper to find her within a half hour of the time that she was taken is a miracle.
As long as I live, I'll remember this part of my law enforcement career forever. One of the greatest feelings, being a cop and doing something good for a kid. That's what it's all about.
Next, step inside the command center where the calls for help are answered and meet the real-life heroes who save lives. Stay tuned for another episode of Rescue 911, next on Discovery Health Channel. Real life, medicine, miracles.
Mr. Shapiro, step out of the car, please.